Good morning and welcome back to the podcast. Thank you for joining me. I am Sanjeev Advani. I'm a real estate entrepreneur looking to bring news, real estate news, property management news, construction news to the masses in a very easy to digest format. So today we're actually going to be going over an article that I just read that is going over how Fannie Mae is expanding their attorney opinion letters to be able to decrease closing costs for buyers. And basically, what really bothers me about this right here is that I wanted to go over the article really explains very well. It goes into what title insurance is. So it protects you as a buyer if there are any defects in the title. And why is that important? Now, it protects the buyers because a lot of the buyers aren't in real estate. They don't understand the chain of title. They don't understand how things should really look on that title. And so especially so, for example, if you take unexperienced wholesalers, sorry guys, but unexperienced wholesalers, you may have some people doing stuff on title that is maybe not necessarily up to date or relevant or legal, and things are being left off or things being added, things are being done improperly. And so that can cause a problem with your ownership if you go and buy the property from there. So that's essentially what title insurance is protecting you against. So is it necessary? There are cases where it's not necessary. A lot of lenders do require it, and that's how we got into this big mess. So what people are looking at right now is how do we go ahead and decrease those closing costs for buyers to be able to help them be able to close on these homes? And so what this does is, according to this article, you're going to be saving the buyers about $1,000 in closing costs at the end of the home, right? So for example, if you take a $500,000 home, you assume that you're going to have to come in with approximately $500 to $7,500 as far as closing costs are concerned. So instead of that, you're going to be having to come in with $4,000 to $6,500. Now, what really worries me about this is if we're worried about $1,000 when you're closing, or what are we going to be worried about when that air conditioning unit goes out and it's worth $5,000, or the water heater goes out that's worth $1,500, or any number of other things happens? That can really become an issue as far as affordability. And what we're doing here is we're saying we're willing to take $1,000 off of this closing cost so you can go ahead and close. But the problem really isn't the $1,000, it's the fact that you don't have enough money to be able to cover unmitigated expenses when you do purchase a home. And that, in my opinion, is a huge red flag. A lot of people can see it another way, and I'm sure a lot of people do. But to me, at least, this is pushing it a little bit too much, right? If you really need to get into a home, I can understand, yes, the $1,000 helps you. However, the article as well, it says that even having 1 month reserve mortgage payment really can help the risk of default when the buyer closes the home. That also is a little bit worrisome because, in my opinion, you should have multiple months of operating expenses for this property before you can even think about closing on the home, right? Because if you don't do that, then what are you putting yourself financially if something happens, right? And obviously, we don't want anything to happen. We hope that the market stays great and everybody becomes rich and we all end with a great career, that we've never been laid off and things like that. But the stability is very important, especially if you have a family. And so, to me, I think that yes, this does solve a problem. However, on average, you really should be looking at the affordability of the home instead of whether I can save this $1,000 here, and that's going to really cause me a great benefit, especially when you're giving up knowing that if there is a problem with title, that you will have insurance on that. So just my opinion. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please like, comment, subscribe, share, and we'll see you on the next one. Thank you.